Due to the influence of the dungeon master, Kisaragi was able to copy Fenrir's skill of heavenly authority, which can enhance his physical abilities for 1 minute. Seeing the info on screen, he was confident that he could win using this skill. Due to time restrictions, he decided to wait for an opportunity to use his skill. After a moment, Fenrir jumps at him, desperate to strike down Kisaragi. But Kisaragi dodges all of his attacks flawlessly. He thinks, "My body is so light, I must be due to level up. I am still surprised to copy a skill from Fenrir. My old skill, Imitate, had a low probability of copying a skill, and it would also disappear after a single use. With this new Copycat skill, I can copy a target's skill with 100% probability, and the skill won't disappear. But what does it mean to experience it firsthand to copy a skill?" Suddenly, Fenrir roars, causing Kisaragi to suffocation due to the skill Divine Wolf Forces. He was helpless and was waiting for the effects to go away. A notification appears mentioning that he has successfully copied the skill. All the information appears in front of him. Kisaragi ponders, "I get it now. To experience means to take the skill head on." That almost had me crying. The wolf prepares for another attack and launches towards him. Luckily, Kisaragi saw it coming and was able to react fast. He dodges the attack, but when he looks at the after effects, he mentions, "If it had hit me, there is no way I would have survived that." Fenrir roared and struck again, each blow shaking the ground. The battle was intense, with neither side willing to back down. Kisaragi felt his stamina dwindling. He needed to think fast if he was going to survive. Desperation fueled his thoughts as he searched for a solution. Suddenly, an idea sparked in his mind. He remembered the new skill he had been hesitant to use. With no other options, he made up his mind and yelled, "It's do or die." Kisaragi activated his skill just in time to intercept Fenrir's ferocious attack, triggering a massive explosion that rocked the battlefield. As the smoke cleared, Kisaragi emerged unscathed, his energy replenished, and his resolve hardened. Locking eyes with Fenrir, he raised his sword high, a silent declaration of his defiance. With a big jump, Kisaragi flew through the air, his sword cutting with great accuracy as it hit Fenrir. Feeling confident after his first hit, Kisaragi kept attacking, fueled by his strong desire to win. As Fenrir tried to roar, Kisaragi saw his chance and kicked the beast hard, sending it flying. The ground shook with their fight, and Kisaragi pushed himself to his limits with each moment. Just as Kisaragi felt like he was winning, a warning from the system broke his concentration. With only 30 seconds left, he knew time was ticking away. But with the 30-second countdown in his mind, he countered Fenrir with multiple strikes, but was pushed back. He was determined to defeat him within the time limit. Both of them roar and use their skill Vanargand. With a powerful collision and roaring thunder, Fenrir's attack was about to hit Kisaragi, but he dodged it. He turns back thinking, "Since my attack can't reach him, I will attack him directly." He rushes to Fenrir. As Fenrir prepared to unleash another attack, Kisaragi halted his movements, sensing the impending danger. Fenrir unleashed a powerful energy blast towards Kisaragi, who narrowly avoided it with a graceful jump. With lightning reflexes, he leaped into the air and drew his sword. As Fenrir tried to counter again, Kisaragi acted swiftly, throwing his sword towards Fenrir as a distraction. The sword hit Fenrir's head hard, making the beast roar in pain as it stumbled backward. Seizing the opportunity, Kisaragi landed on Fenrir's head, swiftly retrieving his sword as he poised himself for the final strike. "This ends here," he declared with determination. But just as he was about to deliver the decisive blow, a commanding voice echoed across the battlefield, halting their movements. The system intervened, automatically copying a new skill known as wordplay, altering the course of the battle in an unexpected turn of events. The same girl from before applauded his performance and remarked, "Well played." She snapped her fingers and announced, "The fight is now over, and this calls for a peaceful tea party." After a while, Kisaragi, standing in front of him, asks for a reason for her actions. She glamorously remarks, "To kill time, I suppose. Adventurers hardly come here. If they do, Fenrir normally takes care of them. So I never expect to encounter someone like you." Would you hear my request? She approached Kisaragi and said, I want to explore the outside world. Since mana particles are scarce outside the dungeon, that is why I'd like your cooperation. All right, Kisaragi responded. The girl was momentarily surprised by his quick reply. With a laugh, she said, I didn't expect such a prompt answer. There is a lot of uncertainty, and I can't trust her yet, Kisaragi thought. But it's thanks to her that a weakling like me could stand against a Fenrir. Despite my doubts, I have a feeling that helping her would be in my best interest. After contemplating for a moment, he said aloud, So, you want to go and see the outside world? But how exactly do you— His vision suddenly blurred, and Kisaragi fell in the hands of the dungeon master. It seems like you used too much of your energy. I don't blame you, she remarked. In a flattering voice, Kisaragi asked, What is your name? My name is Loki, she replied. I look forward to working with you, Kisaragi Tsukasa. After some time, Kisaragi opened his eyes on the hospital bed. Loki commented, Looks like you're finally awake, sleepyhead. Who are you? Kisaragi asked. Loki giggled and said, Good grief, have you already forgotten about me? Such a cold-hearted man. Enjoying the journey so far? Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to keep the adventure going.